Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sister Share 101 Share. Unfortunately, as you can see, I'm in the comforts of my own home. Sister Share is unable to meet jointly like we do every Sunday because of the COVID-19. So we are practicing our safe distancing, and we will be doing these short video diaries until we come together again as one, as Sister Share 101. So this journey has been something else. I mean, from the last time that we were together and did Sister Share, of course, the panic had set in and people was doing a lot of different things and panicking and of that nature, which is well understood under the circumstances. But as long as you're practicing your social distancing and continually to wash your hands and do what the CDC recommends, I think we'll be pretty much okay. I mean, it's like everybody's walking around like in this zombie state because of this pandemic, and rightly so, I guess. But there's one thing I was suffering from a little bit of cabin fever. I was being vitamin D and fresh air deprived, so I had to make a store run today. So to kill two birds with one stone, I drove half the way to the store and I walked the rest of the half. Well, it's very lonely out there on the street. And that's a good thing because that tells me that people are heeding to the warning of being social distance and staying at home, which is excellent. And maybe by doing that, we can kind of hit that curve and kind of balance out and start to decline after that. That's what everybody is hoping for, so things can get back to normal. But I went to the store because, I was running out of things, little essential things around the house, especially tissue. And we all know how everyone is just, oh my God, I got to get 100 rolls of tissue because I will have probably eat some later. I guess. I don't know. That's my take on it. But to my surprise and to my shock, I found tissue. Wow, unbelievable, people. There are actually tissue in the store. So please stop piling on all of the tissue. I mean, unless you want to, I just wanted to see how fascinating this was besides wiping my ass with it. I mean, what else is it good for? Can't eat it, can't put barbecue sauce on it. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well out there. My family is doing well besides being at each other's throats. But other than that, everything is pretty much normal. Unfortunately, the virus had hit home. One of my coworkers had tested positive for the virus. Although we were practicing our safe social distances and everything like that, which prevented the spread, and that was awesome. I would like to commend, my job because I am an essential worker for jumping into action and doing things that were needed to be done in order to keep the spread, and everybody is doing well and okay. Um, I would like to get everybody's opinions on how they feel about this pandemic that's going on. I know that we all see President Trump, and I use that term president very loosely. We all know that some of the comments he makes are ridiculous. Some of them are mostly unfounded because we already know he don't fact check. So um, the fact he made one statement, um, the CDC was recommending that everyone, when you go out, to wear a mask. He turns around and says, I'm not doing that. What kind of leadership shit is that? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But on a brighter note, my partner in crime will be doing her video library or her video diary shortly. Can't wait to see that. Um, this has really been a situation that I have never personally been through in all my 50 some years of being on this earth. Everyone's saying this is the new norm, and it is. This kind of is a new norm. Um, it took some getting used to. Um, you never realize how much people around you play a big part in your life until you're not able to be with them or socialize with them or just chit chat or being able to give a dap or a hug or being face to face or just come together at your local beauty salons and barbershops just to hang out and talk. It's it's um you really get to see how um that social interaction really affects you. um I'm here with my kids, and that's all fine and good, but I'm an adult. I need some adult interaction, if you know what I mean. So, you know, this quarantine situation is messing me up. But um at least I'm well, and thank God for that. And yeah, it's it's hard. It's rough. But I think, um, as Americans in this great United States of America, we have seen adversity before and we've always pulled through it. And I think that this is just going to be another thing that we're going to be able to come together and pull through collectively as a unit. We are the United States of America, and I think we are going to live up to that. This is not a time for um, you do you and I do me type of situation. We need to all pull together and do what we need to do to flatten the curve on this pandemic. Um, yeah, this virus has no type of respected person. It has no age limit. It has no condition limit. We heard before that if you have an underlying condition that you're more susceptible, which is true, but it's also taking people away from us that are kind of healthy. So we need to be aware of that and be conscious of that when we think that it can't happen to us because it relatively can. Um, just do what the CDC says do, wash those hands, um, sing happy birthday twice while you're washing your hands. That actually is on a Cartoon Network I got that from, but it's very important. Continue to sanitize, and all us essential workers, we have to be mindful that even though we're servicing our customers, we still have to be mindful that we have to stay healthy as well. So continually to sanitize, wipe down your work areas. We do it where I work at after every 5 or 6 customers. And I mean, unfortunately, and it can be a little invasive, and we don't want to offend anybody, but if anybody coughs or sneezes or anything like that, we are immediately disinfecting and spraying down and all that, because every little bit helps in this fight. We all in this war together, because it is a war. In my eyes, it feels like one. Um, People in the hospital and dying from it like it is one. So it is one. It may be not way we viewed a war to be when we view World War III, but this is on that scale. Um, isn't this very unfortunate? Um, I know we want to play the blame game of who started it, how it got out there, but the fact of the matter is that it's here. So now what we're going to do about it? And then how do we move forward to prevent things like this from happening again? So I think the government has a lot of sitting down and strategizing to do. Um, I think that we as Americans have some sitting down and strategizing to do as well, as far as how we treat each other, how we interact with each other, This is not a time for any type of discrimination to be going on. And for the most part, I haven't seen that because everybody's kind of on the same plateau and everything. So let's just keep moving forward. I think this is going to bring us together more cohesively as a nation. But we have to do something about that um, leader we have that's governing us at this point. I think our governor, because I live in Chicago, and I think our governor has done an excellent job along with our mayor. We have a very tough mayor. She means what she says, and she says what she means. And I have to commend her on that because I think the message is getting out there that this is a serious thing and we need to really take heed. Um, like I said, my family is doing well. I hope that you all families out there are doing well. And we appreciate you supporting Sister Share on a weekly basis. Hopefully, things to get back to normal. We'll be back at our regular ambiance that we always be taping at. This has really been an experience, and this is something definitely is going to go down in history. Um, it's very unfortunate that this has to have happened. Oh, Urban, we miss you too. um, it's I'm just at a loss for words that all the things that has been happening, globally, not just here in the U.S. Um, it's amazing how the U.S. has one of the most highest numbers of cases of the virus. Um, I guess pretty much because U.S. is the kind of a melting pot. People are welcome from all around the world to come here to these United States and enjoy some of the privileges that we have to offer. And I guess, it only takes one person to infect millions. And unfortunately, this is what happened in this case because you have that person doesn't know they're infected. They go to they run their usual errands, go to the grocery store, go to a restaurant, meet with friends, and you know, those people meet with somebody and go places and so on and so on and so on. Before you know it, boom, a nuclear bomb is hit. So I have my own personal theory, how all this started to take place and how all it come to be in the first place. My theory was like we all know that when President, and I use that term loosely, Trump got into office, he immediately went to war with China. Tariffs is one thing that he tried to impose and raise the tariffs on that and everything. So we all know his relationship with China has been rocky at best. So my theory is he said, okay, China was like, okay, Mr. Trump, you want to be an asshole? I'm gonna show you a bigger asshole. That on your ass. So I think that's what originated for him, and I think it was a retaliation um, ploy of China. And I did a little research because I wanted to test out my theory, see how close I was to like the truth or whatever. So I actually researched the top countries that were affected by this virus mostly. Of course, US is on the top of that. And then I think it's Spain and Italy, all the like countries over in Europe. So, with that being said, United States and Europe are allies. Okay. So I said, okay, now who could be the ally with China? I researched that. Russia is a ally of China, and Russia has one of the lowest cases of the virus. And all of the allies of United States have the higher cases of the virus. Hmm. So, and of course, with any war, you're always going to have your casualties of war. That's what any war anywhere on this planet is going to take place. So I'm like, if the United States and all its allies have the highest, most cases of this virus, and all the allies of China have the most lower cases of virus, hmm, and I'm just going to leave that right there. You draw your own conclusion to that one. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on and give you my little synopsis and let you know Sister Sherry is doing live. We're well. We're doing great, and we can't wait to get back to you as a team. Um, in the meantime, we will be pushing out these little video diaries and giving you our opinion and things that happen to come up during the week about COVID-19 and what's going on in our state, in our city, and um, we thank you, continued support of Sister Share, and we look forward to getting back to normal real soon. And until then, my people, peace.